So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. It will soon be illegal in Arizona to film law enforcement activities within 8 feet of police officer. Governor Doug Ducey this week signed a bill into law that supporters say will protect police officers from harm. The law will take effect in September. Here are the details. People can face misdemeanor charges if they film within 8 feet of an officer, questioning a suspicious person, conducting an arrest, issuing a summons or enforcing the law, handling an emotionally disturbed or disorderly person who is exhibiting abnormal behavior. The other side, criminal justice organizers, media companies, and America's civil liberties unions oppose the bill. We believe that this bill stacks the deck against the public check on officer misconduct, and that was stated by Timothy Sparling, who is an Arizona attorney for criminal justice. Another thing, the new law comes as several law enforcement and prosecuting agencies across the state face lawsuits and increased scrutiny. The Department of Justice is investigating the Phoenix Police Department in part because of alleged retaliation against protesters. More than 100 people who were arrested during a protest following the murder of George Floyd are suing the department. So I just want to give a special shout out to all of those, true Americans and all the Caucanites out there, all the true Europeans, because this is you. This is what you decided to allow to happen because you figured, right, that the other people that you hire, that you vote into office, have the best interest for you when realistically they're trying to protect their own best interest. And it's already been proven before that the police don't necessarily have to do anything to protect you, even though you're paying them with their tax dollars, right? With your tax dollars, I'm sorry. And they're supposed to serve you. They're supposed to service you, or so you think. So now you have legislation that has been put in place to stop you, right, from being able to film in Arizona. So just imagine this scenario, right? Let's say that you're perfectly 8 feet away from police. Let's say even 10 feet, right? So then an officer decides to walk towards you. So now you got to look at it like this. The closer an officer gets to you on purpose, the further away you have to move. Because if you don't move, then that means that you are impeding their investigation, right? That means that you are stopping them from doing their job, right? That means that they feel that you might potentially be a threat or an agitation or an instigator, and that you may try to harm, right, the police that are involved during this investigation. So now they automatically deem you as a threat. Now they can put a whole bunch of charges on you, and so on and so on and so on. So this is just an easier way for police to throw people in jail and prison. Just think if this was to get spread all across America, right? Now think about it like this. They already made marijuana legal. So regardless of the black men that are still locked up due to the previous laws and how it is that they went about marijuana and how it was illegal and scheduled as such and such, type of drug, now that they really can't throw people away, right, in prison unnecessarily, now that they can't give people long sentences in prisons and jails so that the private organizations or entities can make thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars off of this human warehouse, where are they going to get this money from now? So they're going to now go after the everyday American citizen. They know that people like to film and that people like to observe and that people want to make sure that the police are doing the things that they're supposed to be doing. So they already covered one angle, which is we found a way to make more money. Since we can't make it off of black men anymore, we're just going to start throwing everybody in there. And then number two, they made sure that if they do something messed up, that people can't directly record exactly what it is because they're not going to be able to get a proper view, because they can't get close enough in order to actually do it. Because with this law being set in place, at nowhere did it state that an officer has to be in a standing position and then you measure that 8 feet from there to make sure that they are within the guides, being the pedestrian filming. No, this means that officers can literally, with them moving forward, they can automatically force you back without actually having to force you. And a lot of people have stated, well, with the standard cameras that you have now, you can just zoom in and the picture's even more clearer and such and such and such and such and such. That's all well and good, but if you have a line of officers that are directly in front of you, how are you going to actually get a 100% clear shot of every single thing that is transpiring? Because even though the officers are 100% in the wrong, all they have to say is, oh, he was resisting, he was turning, he reached his hand in his pocket or his waistband, or he was grabbing for this or grabbing for that. If you're basically such and such feet away and officers are forcing you to go even further, and then you're trying to use the zoom, guess what? You're going to have more stuff blocking what it is that you're doing, because you're going to now have to sit still from that far off position, use a telescopic lens, in order to basically get the evidence that you need in order to prove that the officers were 100% in the wrong. So, like I said, at the end of the day, to all y'all true Americans, y'all always say back to blue and support the people in the blue and all this stuff. This is on y'all. Because now, when you allowed your little pets, your little creatures to go through the villages, go through the towns, go through the cities, and turn everything to ash and burn things down and to eat all of the people there, for whatever reason, you didn't really think that your pets are going to remember where home is. Every animal has navigation, no matter where they are on the planet. They know north, south, east, and west. So automatically, after everything is said and done, your little pets are going to come right back home. And because they were untrained, because they were allowed to do all the things that they were able to do, they're going to bring all of that fire and brimstone right back home. So that now means all of the stuff that you watched Black people had to go through, and the treatment that Black people had to deal with and suffer with, and that loss of life due to your animals, guess what? Now that's going to happen to you. Now that's going to happen to your families. Now that's going to happen to your wife, your husband, your aunt, your uncle, your grandfather, your grandmother, right? Your granddaughter. Everything that you hold dear, everything that you love at this moment in time, you're now going to suffer the consequences of everything that you've allowed to happen. Like I told y'all before, you might not believe in anything, but you better start believing in karma, because karma is real and she exists and she remembers. So you better start tallying up every single thing that you've done historically, because it's looking the weight of everything that you've done is far outweighing any good that you've ever done here on this plane of existence. Good luck.